We start our journey in Rohan, a land that closely resembles the Anglo-Saxons in its cultural aesthetics and musical themes. Upon entering the city of Edoras, we discover a realm in decline, stripped of its former glory and spirit. The once mighty king is now but a pale shadow of his former self, embodying the desolation inherent in many pagan mythologies, a vision of a world doomed to destruction by gods or time. In this struggle with mortality, Tolkien, much like the poet who wrote Beowulf, finds the pagan's most noble virtues: courage and raw will. The central narrative of the people of Rohan revolves around reclaiming these virtues. When we first encounter the Odin, his mind is corrupted by Saruman. Even after breaking free from the spell, his spirit remains incomplete. He is still ensnared by self-doubt and fear of mortality. Instead of facing his enemies directly, as urged by Gandalf, the Odin retreats to the stronghold of Helm's Deep, avoiding open war. Only when besieged by the Uruk-hai does he rediscover the spirit of his ancestors, riding out to face his doom with courage, embracing death and glory. Tolkien believed in appropriating and recontextualizing the noble virtues of the pagan world into Christianity, sanctifying them. The separation of these virtues from the glorification of war and death in battle was crucial to Tolkien. Despite valuing the will to fight and the courage to sacrifice oneself, he rejected the idea of achieving glory through violent deeds. Theoden's character arc exemplifies this sanctification. Though spared from death at Helm's Deep, the restoration of his spirit is incomplete. Eowyn, on the other hand, personifies Tolkien's sanctification of pagan noble virtues. Trapped by the fear of shame rather than death, she initially believes that true honor lies only in battle. Her initial attraction to Aragorn, a representation of battle-hardened heroism, eventually leads to rejection. Aragorn makes it clear that the image she projects onto him, and the ideal of honor in battle, is mistaken. Breaking out of her gender role to participate in war is part of her character arc, but it isn't the final destination. Even after achieving a great feat by slaying the Witch King in battle, she is spared from death, signifying a departure from the traditional pagan glorification of death in battle.